came with this verse. This is Surah ar-Rum, that the Romans, the Romans have been defeated in a nearby land. Yeah, and then what does the Quran say? It says they will reverse their defeat. Yeah. So what happened at the time is you had two huge empires. You had the Romans and the Persians, just like you've got America and China today, and they were often battling with each other. So what happens here is that the Persians defeat the Romans. Yeah. In a devastating defeat. And then what happens? The Quran comes and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that within 3 to 9 years, within 3 to 9 years, the Romans will gain victory again. Yeah. So this prediction is made. And then what then happens is after this verse comes down, for the next 6 years, the Romans continue to lose. The Romans are getting humiliated. They lose Damascus, they lose Egypt, they lose Algeria, Morocco, Libya, all of Northern Africa they lose. They're losing everything to the extent that it looks like the Roman Empire is going to come to an end. Yeah. And what happens is that, so here you go from 613 to 619. So 6 years, they lose Damascus, Armenia, Jerusalem, they lose all of these things. And what happens is that people start laughing. Like the disbelievers start saying, what a stupid prediction this was. There's no way at all that this can happen. Yeah. And look at this. This is the testimony of a non-Muslim. Edward Gibbon was considered the greatest British historian. Yeah, the greatest historian amongst the British. What does he say? He says, this is him talking now. He's saying that when this prediction was made, it seemed ridiculous. It seemed like there's no way at all that the Romans can come back. Yeah, and yet what happens? Within a few years, i.e. 8 years after the prediction was made, suddenly the Romans come back and they gain a great victory. What did the Quran say? 3 to 9 years. 8 years it happens. Yeah, subhanAllah. That's what I mean. You have things like this and yet people still don't believe that the Quran is true. Like just think about that. Like the Prophet ﷺ making a prediction like that, or the Quran making a prediction like that, that's impossible for it to come true by the testimony of all of these, non-Muslim historians and etc. And yet, mashallah, the words of the Prophet ﷺ, words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are always true. Yeah. What else now? We have this is the prediction that hasn't come true yet. Prophet ﷺ says, this matter, this religion of mine, will certainly reach every place touched by the night and day. SubhanAllah. Every single corner of the planet. Allah will not leave a house of mud or even fur except that He will cause this religion to enter it. Yeah, SubhanAllah. Yeah. Realities that this is what we are going to witness. Yeah, so don't despair. All Muslims, don't despair. That the victory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guaranteed. There's only one thing that's not guaranteed, is are we going to be part of it? That's the thing. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's victory is coming. It's coming. The question is, do we want to be part of that victory? Do you want to be people that spread Islam, that strengthen Islam, or do you want to be people that just sit back and watch other people take all the glory? That's the choice you have to make. Victory is guaranteed. No matter what's happening, victory is guaranteed for us. Why? Because these are the words of the Prophet ﷺ, and all of his other words have come true. Wow, he's the most truthful human being that ever lived.